Hey guys, it's Violet. Sorry for the voice crack. Um, so I guess this is kind of a update. It might be long, I don't know. um, for starters, I want to say that I know, like, most people don't care. I mean, even, uh, I don't know, just most people aren't gonna care. And that's okay, I understand. I'm kind of doing this for, like, a self-therapy thing, because I need to at least vocalize something. It, I mean, I may not be vocalizing it to someone who can help me, but I need to, I guess, get it off my chest. Um, so, another thing, if you are someone that likes watching my videos, that shockingly, thank you for one. For two, I'm sorry I've been gone. Uh, I just have not been okay. I haven't been doing good, mentally and emotionally, and now physically. Um, I'm not doing this to get anybody to feel bad for me or anything. I just genuinely I need to talk about what's going on, and it would be cool if some people could be like, "Oh, hey, I know what you're going through. This is how I coped with it. This is how I'm dealing with it." Even though it's like a long shot. I mean, I don't want other people to be going through what I'm going through, but it feels nice when people can kind of relate in a shitty way, I guess. I don't like that other people hurt. I just, I literally feel alone. Like, I literally have 5 people in my life that I guess I can talk to, kind of. Like, I love them, but at the same time, I don't want to burden anybody as much as I already am. Not only that, sometimes it just doesn't seem like it matters to anybody, anyways, which I guess is normal. I mean, I don't know. I don't exactly have a support system, and I got told to look into, like, support groups and stuff for being in uh, emotionally abusive relationships, and I mean, it's something I need to look into, but due to depression, I really don't feel like I can even talk to people at this point. Like, talk one on one with people. I don't know. Anyways, I've basically been constantly putting myself in bad situation after bad situation without trying. Um, I have a major problem with being able to be guilted, and I have codependency problems, and now I'm to the point where I kind of have to be codependent because I have physical problems that I actually have to be almost helped around the house all the time. And it makes me feel guilty because I know everybody around me that has to deal with me, I mean, in a way, has enough on their plate. I don't know. Um, I basically put myself back into a relationship that I didn't want from the beginning, and I vocalized that I didn't want it, and I put myself back in it because I was scared. I was scared of multiple things. It's not just my codependency saying that I'm scared to be alone. I don't know. like, it's my fault for getting back into it. I really, it's not that I haven't learned my lesson. It's that I don't know how, and it's something I need therapy for, but I don't know how to really cope with being alone. I don't know how, like, I will literally get in, the past 4 years, I've gotten into this relationship on and off over 7 times. And it's not a healthy relationship at all in between both of us. It's not just him and it's not just me. We're both a problem for each other, and I can at least notice that I'm a problem to him, but I literally cannot leave at this point because he's spiteful, I guess. And basically, like, we have a kid together, and he is going to take her away if we break up. And it's literally, like, he won't even let me see her at all. And I'm not to, like, say I'm better than him or anything, because I'm not. But I'm the more responsible person, even though I physically can't hardly do anything. I'm the more mentally responsible person. But that's not what it's about. Oh, there's a kitty. I don't know if it's a kitten or not. But I don't know. It's to the point where I'm gonna try really hard to get physically better. I'm gonna see doctors, get MRIs, everything, to see what's wrong with me and work towards getting better and take all the steps I need to take to fix my body. And it's not just like, so I've had hip problems since I was a teenager, since I was around 14 or 15, and my mom used to say it was because of my weight. And I didn't even weigh as much as she made me think I did. I mean, at 5'2", I was like 138 pounds, and I had my mom telling me that I was going to get diabetes because of my weight. And I mean, that's where the self-consciousness began on that. And I've constantly been told growing up, like, oh, you just need to exercise. It's just that. And I'm not saying that they're saying that because of my weight. I get to a point that, yeah, I do need to exercise to help certain things, but when I exercise, it makes it worse. It makes the pain worse. It makes my hips lock up on me, and it shoots pain throughout my legs. And up until the beginning of this year, I didn't really think about getting help for it because everyone underplayed that I didn't have a problem. I don't know if I even said that right. But no one thought I had a problem because I mean, I'm 24 now. Most people are like, oh, well, because of your age, you can't have those problems. And it really, even now, I'm scared to get help for it. But at the same time, I'm going to try to get help for it now because I know I need it. Because it's literally to a point where I told my technical partner that, because he gets mad that he has to help me so much, even though, like, I can't control that my hips are so bad that I can hardly walk. I can't control that. And the only way the only thing I can do is get help for it at this point. But it's literally to a point where I told him that if I physically can't get better, and if I can't at least help my depression a little bit, I'm going to kill myself. And him, my cousin, and one of my friends are the only 3 people that I've actually told. I haven't talked to anybody about it. I don't know. I've suffered with depression since I was about 10, as far as I know anyways. I could have had depression a little bit earlier, but I don't remember before then much. But it's to a point that I've even started planning on things that I'm going to do before. I'm planning for the worst. I'm planning for doctors saying that I don't have anything wrong with me no matter how many tests they run. I'm preparing to not get better because I've spent so long. I've spent so long physically, mentally, emotionally, just being in pain all the time. And at this point, I want to hope to get better. I want to get better. I want things to be fixed. I want to feel better. I want to be happy again. I want to experience happiness. And I just literally, I know once I leave him, it'll be a little easier. Because it seems like every time I left him, I started getting happier again. Because now, and I don't want to put all the blame on him. Because we're all human. We all have flaws. We all do bad things. But it's to a point where I can't even talk to him about how I feel because he gets mad at me for, if he hurts my feelings, he gets mad at me for my feelings being hurt. Like, I literally earlier, I was hurting, my pelvis was hurting so bad to the point I couldn't even move my leg to get up. He literally had to pick up my leg to help me up, to help me to be able to get up. And he made fun of me. He actually was laughing about it, and he looked at my almost 5-year-old kid and told her that I was decrepit. And I told him not to teach my kids to make fun of me. And all he told me was, laughter's the best medicine. And I get to an extent when you're trying to help someone not think about something, sometimes you use laughter, but it just felt like I was being made fun of. I feel like my pain is a joke. I feel like everything that's wrong with me is a joke to other people, or it's not real, or I'm faking it. And like, I know I don't need to look for approval from anybody else, but I would like to know that how I feel is valid and what I want is valid. And I can't get that from anybody. Every once in a while I can get it from my mom. But I don't know. And it's not that I'm seeking validation. The people in my life, I feel like, your friends, you love somebody, you don't want to make them feel bad. You want to do everything. And I'm not just saying that because I think I deserve the world, but just in general, like, The relationships you have, the relationships anybody else has, the relationships my friends have. Like, why do you want to surround yourself with people that make you feel bad about yourself? And you shouldn't. And, like, my on and off relationship, which I don't like calling it that, because he knows what I really want, but he threatens me every time. Every time I try to leave, he threatens me in some way. And I get that I'm physically unable to take care of my daughter all the time, my youngest daughter. I understand that. But it makes me feel like shit, but I don't think that I can live with her being taken away from me. My oldest daughter, I love her just as much as I love my youngest daughter. But I didn't get to bond with my oldest daughter, and I got to have a bond with my youngest daughter. And obviously, when I get to a point that I can have both of them, I'm going to be trying to get full custody of my oldest daughter. Hopefully without a fight, but I mean, I don't know. I want to be stable. Financially, mentally, physically, emotionally. I'm 24 and I don't even feel like I'm an adult. And I know a lot of that is because of the trauma I went through as a kid. I've noticed as I've gotten older how much I've been regressed through the years. Like, I've never been as smart as I should have been. And not even just book smart, algebra, any of that. Like, I'm sorry. I'm so stressed out. Because I want to get better. And I'm so scared that I'm going to get told that there's nothing even wrong with me when, like, there has to be. Because why else is it so hard for me to even walk? I mean, why is it that I'm thinking I'm on the track to being in a wheelchair? And I'm not saying anything bad about people who can't walk or have to use wheelchairs. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's so scary to think that I already physically can't do anything with my kids. Like, I can get up and cook for them or feed them or change my youngest daughter. Well, change my oldest daughter's clothes, but my youngest daughter isn't potty trained yet. And it's getting hard to even hold either one of them because I'm so weak. Like, it makes me feel bad. I know I'm partially the reason why I'm so weak. But it's really, really tearing me up because I'm gonna be the reason my kids hate me when they grow up. Because I can't hardly do anything. I mean, I can take care of them the way they need to be taken care of. But I can't physically go out and run around with them. And I know I know people who are also going through not the same exact issue, but the issue of not being able to be physically running around with their kids. And I know that that has to hurt. Not only you, but the kids. Like, I'm tired of not being able to be fun for my kids. I mean, I've lost so much. This relationship has made me lose so much mentally and emotionally that I can't even communicate with people anymore, hardly. He made me pretty much cut off all my friends. And he blames me for that. He says it's my fault that I don't have friends, which is technically true because I allowed him to be how he is. Anytime I would try to talk to or hang out with my friends, I got treated like shit for it. I got yelled at. I got accused of doing things that I wasn't doing. I just got treated bad anytime. I mean, yes, thankfully he wasn't hitting me. But he was making me feel like I was worthless just because I wanted to spend time with my friends. And so I stopped because I didn't want to hurt anymore. I didn't want to be made to hurt anymore. So I thought it would be better if I just stopped trying to have a life. I stopped trying to communicate with people. Because if I did, I wouldn't get treated as bad. I mean, it's like a kid. Most of the time you teach a kid that they're gonna get treated bad for doing something, they're not gonna do it. For the most part. I don't know. I hate myself because I continuously allow it. And it's my fault that it's my fault that I went back to him. And one of my friends said that it really seems like I have Stockholm Syndrome. And I don't know if that's true. I mean, at one point it kind of hit me because for 4 years, on and off, I knew I didn't want to be with him. I knew I didn't want to be with this person. The I love yous weren't ever fake. They just weren't the I love yous he wanted. It wasn't a I love you because I want to spend my life with you. It was I love you because you're my friend. And even before I said it to him, I said that I can't be in love with anybody else. I just can't. And he's known from the beginning that I didn't want to be with him. And it's my fault for being guilted, but he guilted me into it. Over half of us getting back together was because he threatened to kill himself. And that's something that scares me. And like, he would make it out to be that it would be my fault if he killed himself. And now that I'm older, which sounds stupid because it's only 4 years. Now that I'm older, I do understand that if I were to leave him and he killed himself, it wouldn't be my fault. I didn't choose that for him, that he chose that for himself. And it's still something that does scare me, because I've always had a problem with being the reason anybody hurts. And he's guilted me into hurting other people without me even trying to, because I was scared for his safety. And he knew, and it makes me mad, because there's no way he didn't know that he was guilting me into it. There's no way. I mean, I don't know. Any time I've talked about wanting to kill myself to anybody, I genuinely, it wasn't like it's your fault, or this is because of you, or we're arguing, so I'm going to tell you I'm going to kill myself. I genuinely was in the mindset of, I want to end my life. And I have major depressive disorder. It's been diagnosed. It's not self-diagnosed. I actually went to a mental hospital and I've been diagnosed. I've tried to kill myself once. Like, I don't ever threaten suicide. I don't threaten anybody with it. It's more like I need help. Because I'm to the point of, I do have suicidal thoughts. I do think about killing myself. And very seldom do I actually want to anymore. I used to want to all the time, but now I have 2 kids. Like, I know what it's like to not have a dad. I don't want to do that to them. And even when me and this guy separate, like, I don't want him to be out of our kids' life at all. I want him to steadily be in her life. I'm not spiteful. I'm not gonna make my kids suffer just because me and this guy can't get along. But he's the opposite. He doesn't care. He even told me the last time that I tried to break up with him that the first thing he said was pretty much he didn't want to have to see me for the rest of his life, so he was just going to walk out on our daughter and never see her again. And that legitimately angered me. Like, it's bad to say, but I wanted to get violent. I wanted to punch him in the face, because we both had our dads walk out on us. And to want to do that to your kid just because you can't suck up, like, I get heartbreak. I fucking get it. I fully get it. You don't make your kids suffer just because you cannot. I can't say get over, because it's not the right thing. In a way, suck it up. Like, that makes me feel mean. But your kid is more important than your feelings. And she doesn't need to grow up seeing us how we are. Because he's someone that likes to argue no matter who's around. And he gets me to points to where I just break down in random places. I literally the other day, last week, I had to keep myself from crying because he was screaming at me because he lost something of mine. And I calmly said, if you were the last person to touch it and it's not there, wouldn't that mean you lost it? And I got screamed at. I wasn't even arguing with him at all. I was quiet most of the time, and anytime I said anything, I was calm. And he just screamed at me and made me feel bad for him losing something of mine. And he started making me feel bad as I was about to order him food. And I almost broke down crying, but had to stop myself because I didn't want anyone else to know. And I know it makes me bad because I'm with him and I can't reciprocate. I can't be in love with him. I can't. And it's not. I don't know. I feel like shit because I can't. I feel bad because I can't. And every single time, all the times I've left him, he's made me feel bad for not being in love with him. And yet, he threatens me to get me to come back. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. I'm so mentally and emotionally tired. I don't know. I don't know anymore. The only plan I even have right now is to basically wait until I can physically get better, because I don't want to lose my daughter. I already had my first daughter taken from me by my dad when he shouldn't have. I wasn't doing anything to hurt my oldest daughter when I had her. I was literally, he took her from me because I was the only person taking care of her. I was the only person getting up with her every 2 hours through the day, through the night. Whenever she cried, I woke up. And one time, I could not wake up to her crying because I was so exhausted. And it got to the point where my doctor at that time, I mean, she's almost 5 years old. My doctor at that time, when she was 2 months. I know it was only 2 months, but my doctor at the time told my oldest daughter's father that he needed to start helping me. And that's bad. Like, it's bad for a doctor to have to tell someone that I couldn't do it on my own. Especially because I already had depression and I was dealing with postpartum depression. And my doctor was scared that I was going to end up hurting myself or doing something worse because I was the only person doing anything. Yeah, I wasn't able to work at the time, but I was physically and emotionally doing everything by myself. And my dad, when he found out that her father was having to get up in the middle of the night to help me with her, started screaming at me and told me that I needed to do it on my own. And not long after that, he took her from me. And I spent about 4 years after that couch surfing on other people's couches because I couldn't even be at my parents' at the time, and I was too depressed to do anything. I really couldn't hardly take care of myself because of my depression. Like, the pattern in my life is that men abuse me, and I'm not saying all men are bad, but in my life, I'm constantly being abused by men, and I'm obviously getting fed up with it, but now I'm to a point where I can't do anything about it until I'm physically better. And I hate it because I see so many people around me, people I went to school with, and I know I don't need to, no one ever needs to measure what they're doing in comparison to other people. Everybody has their own goals. Everybody has their own grow time. But I can't help every time I see people that I know doing so much better than me. Like, yes, I'm happy for them, but I feel like shit every time because I can't be there. I'm not doing good. I can't even hardly walk. So I don't know. Like, I know I need therapy. I've even had one of my friends ask me about going to like a mental health facility, but I literally can't because we don't have a babysitter for my youngest daughter. We don't have someone that can watch her while I'm gone and while my mom and my technical partner is at work. So I can't do anything. I can't take care of myself like I need to. I can't get the full help that I need because we don't have anyone to watch her. And I'm also scared of her forgetting me again because last year in April, she's almost 2. Last year in April, I had to go to a mental hospital, and I was only gone for 4 days. And when I got back, she didn't remember me. She didn't know who I was. And I don't think she was scared of me, but it's the fact that she didn't know me. She didn't want me to hold her. And that broke me into a million pieces. Because I do love my kids. And I want to get to the point where I can do everything and anything with them. And I'm so scared of them hating me. I don't know. I'm just stuck. I'm so stuck. And I know it's partially my fault. Because I continue. So my codependency runs because I've technically never been alone. I've always had friends. I mean, before the age of 10, I've always had friends. Or I had my brother. And then after the age of 10, from 10 up, I've been online. It's been 14 years that I've been online, and since I think I was 11, I've been in a relationship since I was 11, on and off with different people online, and I've never been alone. And I know I need to be. I know I need to learn to be by myself, at least when I can physically take care of myself and take care of my kid. I want to get to that point. I don't know. I have to rebuild myself completely. Like, I don't want to be the old me, because the old me used to be trash. And to an extent, I'm still trash. But I have good intentions. I know I do. I mean, I've spent years letting people use me. I've spent years being everybody else's support system and trying my best to make other people happy. I mean, I want to get into the field of helping people with their problems. And I think if I was in the right mental state, I could do that without feeling like I'm being, well, I mean, technically I am being used if I'm a therapist, but I want to at least help people be happy. I want to help people with what they're going through. And I don't know if that, I don't know where that stems from, because I've had that thing for a while where I just want to help people. And I know I need to help myself now. I'm tired. I'm tired of my mental state. I'm tired of my physical state. I I, I want to feel like I'm an adult. I want to feel independent. Not just feel independent, but be independent. I want to have both of my kids and be able to take care of them and have fun with them and run around with them and be silly with them, and I want to be happy with them. I'm not saying they don't make me happy. They're literally the only two things in my life that make me happy. But it's hard when you have severe depression, because sometimes they look at me and I have to smile, because I don't want them to know I'm upset. I don't want them to think that I'm upset. I don't want them to think that it's their fault. I don't... Like, I severely hate myself, and I don't want to anymore. I want to love myself, and I want to take care of myself. I want to take care of my babies. I know this is a long video, and I'm sorry. It's probably going to be an hour long. And I know most of you don't care. And that's okay. I mean, personally, it's hard for me not to care about other people. But I'm literally, like, I can't even talk to the people I used to be close to, my friends. I can't carry conversations with anybody anymore. I mean, today and yesterday is the most I've actually held a conversation with somebody, and it was my brother's wife. And we actually talked for a while, and I enjoyed it. But it's so hard. I don't know how to even begin other than therapy. That's all I can think about. How to get better. Because I don't know how to do it by myself. And I know some of my friends would like to get back in touch with me. Some of them I don't know. I miss being able to talk to people. I miss being able to play video games. I miss being able to draw. I miss being able to sing. I mean, even though it wasn't that good. I mean, I miss going on walks. I just miss being happy. I've lost all interest in everything. And it's hard. And there's one person that I've been close to since, I mean, I don't remember as kids, but I know when I was 10 maybe, we started hanging out again. And since then, we've been best fucking friends. We did have a falling out for like 2 years, but as soon as we started talking again, it was like we never stopped. But it's to a point where I'm not saying it's her. It's not her fault, but I think it's because of me. I just don't feel as close to her as I was. I mean, yeah, we can still act stupid together and say stupid stuff and talk about our buttholes connecting and everything, but I literally just, I don't feel like I know I have her, I have my mom, I have my brother and his wife, and some of my friends online, but I'm to a point where I don't feel like I have anybody. I feel completely alone, and I feel like I'm having to deal with this on my own and by myself, and I don't have someone there for me, really. And as much as the people I mentioned would hear me out and hear what's going on and sometimes give me advice, I just, in a way, feel like I don't exist anymore. And it sucks. Like, I miss being a person, you know? I don't feel like a person anymore. I feel like a thing. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I just don't feel like, sorry, I don't feel like I exist. I don't feel like I'm important, even though I know I am, because my kids need me. But that's as far as my importance goes, is being a mom, not anything else. Even though I've had people tell me that they'd miss me if something were to happen to me, I just don't feel like it's not that I want people to be upset if I were gone. I wouldn't want anyone to hurt, but at the same time, like, I want to feel cared about while I'm alive. I don't want to feel alone anymore. I don't want to have to fight all of this by myself. I don't want to. I just flat out don't want to be alone. And I'm so scared that nothing's gonna get better for me. And I feel like the bad I've done, because I wasn't always the greatest person. Obviously, we all have flaws. We all make mistakes. We all regret doing something. But I feel like it's coming back on me. And I feel like the universe is like, hey, you fucked up, so this is what you get in return. And I don't feel like it's gonna get better. I don't want to think that. I can't say obviously because no one fucking knows me. I just don't. I don't want it to have to end in me ending my life. I don't. I want to see happiness. I want to see myself grow up and be a person and have my kids and be able to take care of them and take care of myself and not need anybody else's help. But I also want to have friends again. And I also want to hang out with people. I want to invite people to stay the night with me. And us freaking draw or paint or play video games. I know I need to be alone out of a relationship where I'm not depending on other people. But I don't want to be completely alone where I don't have friends, where I don't have anybody to talk to. And that's at the point I'm at now. I can't even talk to my technical partner. Like, I have to hide my feelings. I have to hide when I'm upset. I have to hide if they hurt my feelings. And it's not okay. I know it's not. You should be able to feel comfortable talking to the person you're supposed to be dating. I mean, I still don't like saying that because it's not where I even want to fucking be. There's just so much. I've already had to cut my dad out of my life. And I honestly don't care if I ever see him again. I mean, he taught me, in which I'm in the process of trying to unlearn that, what he taught me. But he basically taught me that love is measured by what you can buy someone. And that's, I think, why anytime I have money, I buy things for other people. I try to buy other people's love, and that's fucked. And at this point, like, I don't even know how to show appreciation anymore, other than buying stuff for people. Or, like, I mean, I know I can paint pictures for people or draw for people. I know that's a form I could show appreciation, but I am so depressed that I can't even get back into drawing or painting. So, I mean, ultimately, what do? I mean, other than get therapy and get help for it. I guess that's all I can do right now. I mean, I don't know. I've spent so much time emotionally helping people and not really getting much back. And I know you're not supposed to expect anything back from people, but there's a point where I think all relationships, friends, family, love life, it's give and take. You give, they give. Like, it shouldn't be one-sided. It shouldn't be someone always giving to the other. I strongly believe that. Well, I strongly believe that it's give and take. But it shouldn't be. I've constantly given so much to people. Car rides, money, presents, an ear, advice. And now that I'm completely broken and completely lost, Those people I've given so much to are nowhere to be found, and the only time they are to be found is if they need something, and I've stopped. I've stopped allowing those people to use me because I'm already tired. I've been tired. I've been tired for years. And up until last year, maybe, I realized that I didn't deserve that I didn't deserve to be used. I don't know. I just, the saying, I guess, the saying goes, it gets harder before it gets easier, I think. I think that's how it's said. So I don't know if that's what this is, or if it's karma for who I used to be. Or if I deserve it. I don't know anymore, because I want to believe that I deserve to be happy. I want to believe that I deserve everything I said I wanted and that I miss. But it's so hard when you constantly have someone in your ear showing you that you don't deserve anything like that. And literally, to me, to tell someone that you're in love with them and you can't accept that they're not in love with you, and you can't allow them to leave. You can't let them go so they can do what they need to do. To me, that's not love. And I can say that I have been in love, and I'm technically still in love. I just don't. I mean, I still talk about it every once in a while. But there's one person that I will ever want to be in a relationship with again. And I've ruined that because this person has guilted me and I allowed it. And I may never be happy again. Sorry if you couldn't hear that. But I don't mean that I may never be happy again because I won't get with the person I'm in love with. I mean, I may never get that chance again. But even if I don't get that chance, I still want to be happy for myself and with my kids and being on my own, not needing anybody's help financially or physically. I want to be able to take care of myself and my kids. I don't want to have friends, and I want to have fun again. I don't hardly know what fun is anymore. I don't really know how it feels anymore. I mean, I don't know. I think I've went on enough. I mean, my phone's at 5%, so I would love to say that I've gone on enough. So if you watched this all the way through, thank you. I'm sorry. And just take care of yourself. Don't allow people to guilt you. Don't compare yourself to others. Know your boundaries. Know when you need to work on yourself and when you need help. Know when you need therapy, because sometimes you do. I mean, not all the time, but sometimes you absolutely do. And it's hard. It's hard to reach out. And it's scary, but just take care of yourselves. Don't use other people to make yourself happy. Don't hurt animals. Don't hurt people. Don't hurt children. Keep fighting for your happiness. And do your best to achieve it. And please don't ever feel like you have to give up. I know it's hard. I know it's really hard. Take care of yourselves. Thank you for watching.